हेलो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप लोग। उम्मीद करती हूँ आप सब अच्छे होंगे। चैप्टर नंबर 13, हिटलर्स बर्थडे 1940, फ्रॉम द बुक थीफ, written by Marcus Zusak. Against all hopelessness, Liesel checked the letter box each afternoon throughout March and well into April. This was despite a Hans requested visit from Frau Henrich, who explained to the Hubermans that the foster care office had lost contact complete with Paula Memenga. Still, the girl persisted, and as you might expect, each day when she searched the mail, there was nothing. Molching, like the rest of Germany, was in the grip of preparing for Hitler's birthday. This particular year, with the development of the war and Hitler's current victorious position, the Nazi partisans of Molching wanted the celebration to be specially befitting. There would be a parade, marching, music, singing. There would be a fire. While Liesel walked the streets of Molching, picking up and delivering washing and ironing, Nazi party members were accumulating fuel. A couple of times, Liesel was a witness to men and women knocking on doors, asking people if they had any material that they felt should be done away with or destroyed. Papa's copy of the Molching Express announced that there will be a celebratory fire in the town square, which will be attended by all local Hitler Youth divisions. It could come into commemorate not only the Führer's birthday but the victory over his enemies and over the restraints that had held Germany back since the end of the First World War. Any materials, if requested from such times, newspaper posters, book, flags, and any found propaganda of our enemies should be brought forward to the Nazi Party office on Munich Street. Even Skeller Street, the road of Yellow Stars, which was still awaiting its renovation, was ransacked one last time to find something, anything to burn in the name of the Führer's glory. It will have come as no surprise if certain members of the party had gone away and published 1,000 or so books or power or posters of a poisonous moral matter simply to incinerate them. Everything was in place to make April 20 magnificent. It will be a day full of burning and cheering and thievery. In the Huberman household that morning, all was now typical. That so girl, looking out the window again, cursed Rosa Huberman. Every day she went on, "What are you looking at this time?" "Oh," moaned Papa with delight. The flag clocked his back from the top of the window. "You should have a look at this woman. I can see." He glanced over his shoulder and grinned at leisure. "I must just go and run after her. She leaves you for dear dead Mama. She leaves you for dead, Mama." She shook the wooden spoon at him. Papa continued looking out the window at an imaginary woman and a very real corridor of German flags. On the streets of Molching that day, each window was decorated for the Führer. In some places, like Frau Ziller's, the glass was vigorously washed, the flag pristine, and the swastika looked like a jewel on a red and white blanket. In others, the flag trundled from the ledge like washing hung out to dry, but it was there. Earlier, there had been a minor calamity. The Hubermans couldn't find a flag. "They will come for us," Mama warned her husband. "They will come and take us away. We have to find it." At one point, it seemed like Papa might have to go down to the basement and paint a flag on one of his drop sheets. Thankfully, it turned up buried behind the accordion in the cupboard. That infernal accordion, it was blocking my view. "Mama," wailed Leisure. The girl had the honor of pinning the flag to the window frame. Later on, Hans Jr. and Trudy came home for the afternoon eating like they did at Christmas or Easter. Now seems like a good time to introduce them a little more comprehensively. Trudy, or Trudel, as she was often known, was only a few centimeters taller than Mama. She had cloned Rosa Huberman's unfortunate waddle-some walking style, but the rest of her was much milder. Being a live-in housemaid in a wealthy part of Munich, She was most likely bored of children, but she was always capable of at least a few smile words in Liegel's direction. She had soft lips, a quiet voice. Hans Jr. had the eyes of his father and the height. The silver in his eyes, however, wasn't warm like Papa's. They did been forward. There was more flesh on his bones too, and he had blonde, prickly hair and skin like of white paint. They came home together on the train from Munich, and it didn't take long for old tensions to rise up. A short history of Hans Huberman versus his son. In the opinion of his Hans Jr., his father was part of an old decrepit Germany, one that allowed everyone else to take it for the proverbial ride while its own people suffered. Growing up, he was aware that his father had been called Der Judenmaler, the Jew painter, for painting Jewish houses. Then came an incident that I will fully present to you soon enough. The day Hans blew it on the verge of joining the party, everyone knew you weren't supposed to paint over slurs written on a Jewish shop front. Such behavior was bad for Germany, and it was bad for the transgressor. So, have they let you in yet? Hans Jr. was picking up there. They did left off at Christmas. And what? Take a guess. The party. No. I think they have forgotten about me. Well, have you even tried again? You can't just sit around waiting for the new world to take it with you. You have to go out and be a part of it despite your past mistakes. Papa looked up. Mistakes? I have made many mistakes in my life, but not joining the Nazis party isn't one of them. They still have my application, you know that, but I couldn't go back to ask. I just. Then that was when a great shiver arrived. It wasn't through the window with the draught. Perhaps it was the breeze of the Third Reich gathering even greater strength, or maybe it was just Europe again breathing. Either way, it fell across them as their metallic eyes clashed like tin cans in the kitchen. You have never cared about his country, said Hans Jr. Not enough. Anyway, Papa's eyes started corroding. It did not stop Hans Jr. For some reason, he looked at the girl with her three books standing upright on the table, as if in conversation. Liesel was silently mouthing the words as she read from one of them. And what a trash is that girl reading? She should be reading Mein Kampf. Liesel looked up. Don't worry, Liesel, Papa said. Just keep reading. He doesn't know what he is saying. But Hans Jr. wasn't finished. He stepped closer and said, You are either for the Führer or against him. And I can see that you are against him. You always have been. Liesel watched Hans Jr.'s face, fixated on the thinness of his lips and the rocky line on his bottom teeth. It's pathetic how a man can stand by and do nothing. As a whole nation cleans out the garbage and makes it itself great. Trudy and Mama sat silently, sacredly, as did Liesel. There was the smell of pea soup, something burning and confrontation. They were all waiting for the next words. They came for the son, just two of them. You coward. He upturned them into Papa's face, and he promptly left the kitchen and the house, ignoring futility. Papa walked to the doorway and called out to his son, Coward, I am the coward. He then rushed to the gate and ran pleadingly after him. Mama hurried to the window, ripped away the flag and opened it. She, Trudy, and Liesel all crowded together, watching her father catch up to his son and grab hold of him, begging him to stop. They could hear nothing, but the manner in which Hans Jr. shrugged loose was loud enough. The sight of Papa watching him walk away roared at him from up the street. Hansie, Mama finally cried out. Both Trudy and Liesel flinched from her voice. Come back. The boy was gone. Yes, the boy was gone, and I wish I could tell you that everything worked out for the younger Hans Huberman, but it didn't. When he vanished from Himmelstedt that day in the name of Flora, he would hurtle through the events of another story, each step leading tragically to Russia, to Stalingrad. Some facts about Stalingrad. In 1942 and early 43, in that city, the sky was bleached, bed sheet white each morning. All day long, as I carried the souls across it, that sheet was splashed with blood until it was full and bulging to the earth. In the evening, it will be wrung out and bleached again, ready for the next dawn. And that was when the fighting was only during the day. With his son gone, Hans Huberman stood for a few moments longer. The street looked so big. When he reappeared inside, Mama fixed her gaze on him, but no words were exchanged. She didn't admonish him at all, which, as you know, was highly unusual. Perhaps she decided he was injured enough, having been labeled a coward by his only son. For a while he remained silently at the table after the eating was finished. Was he really a coward, as his son had so brutally pointed out? Certainly in the First World War he considered himself one. He attributed his survival to it. But then, is there cowardice in the acknowledgement of fear? Is there cowardice in being glad that was lived? His thoughts crisscrossed the table as he stared into it. Papa Liesel asked, but he did not look at her. What was he talking about? What did he mean when? Nothing. Papa answered. He spoke quiet and calm to the table. It's nothing. Forget about him, Liesel. It took perhaps a minute for him to speak again. Shouldn't you be getting ready? He looked at her this time. Don't you have a bonfire to go to? Yes. The book thief went and changed into her Hitler youth uniform, and half an hour later they left, walking to the BDM headquarters. For there, the children will be taken to the town square in their groups. Speeches will be made, a fire will be lit, a book will be stolen. यहाँ पे हमारा चैप्टर नंबर 13 ख़त्म होता है, द हिटलर्स बर्थडे 1940. हम मिलेंगे विद चैप्टर नंबर 14, 100% pure German sweat, from the book The Book Thief, written by Marcus Zusak. Thank you very much. Bye for now, friends. Thank you and thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.